Hello, my name is Sirrano Keith Baldeo, and welcome to the Dallas, Texas Justice Review. I'd like to introduce the show to you and tell you some of the stories that we're working on. Just a little housekeeping before we go forward. If you have a problem with a judge and you feel they were biased, prejudiced, using their office to destroy your case because they may have been upset with you, or abusing your position in any way, they're friends with other people and associate, and they're helping them, you can contact me at texasjusticereview@gmail.com, and I will take a look at it for you. I specialize in public corruption. I've been doing that for over a decade and a half, almost 2 decades. I usually do politics, but today I've switched over to the judiciary. I was warned that this is a dangerous thing for me to do because these judges are friends with a lot of people. But unfortunately, somebody has to do this job and expose what's going on in the judicial system. And my experience and my skills gives me that opportunity to do that in something different. As well as share this video, like it, subscribe, do what you do to let more people know about this show, and you will see something unique about what I do concerning public corruption, which is my specialty. And now it's in the judiciary. So we're going to start off this show by showing you a couple of things judges that I have encountered in my time as a publisher, and why I think it's important for me to go to the judges. So here are judges that I have known in New Jersey. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. They're here, they have buddy system going on. And in that buddy system, you will get tied up if you're involved in some kind of case. And one judge knows another and calls up the other and says, I know this person, get rid of this case, get rid of this guy. For instance, I tackled this judge in the front. He was supposed to be, he sat over a case for 7 elected officials that was going to a grand jury. He blocked it and then tried to turn it. And because I'm a publisher, we went head on, and I didn't really publish it, and I let him go. This other judge is a woman, she's no longer there. She was mismanaging cases and fraudulently saying stuff. This is the political judge. If the politicians want something done, they go to her. The other guy, he's a good judge. And just remember, these judges, they are all part of the Black Robe. They are all part of this system that hides behind the law when they want to help each other. Not all of them, because in Dallas, Texas, the good thing is it's election, and you have these crew and these cliques and the Democratic cliques, and I don't know if the Republican has a clique, but you have to be part of that clique. And independent people who wants to be judges find it difficult to do that because of these cliques and support for one another. But my interest is independent judges who rule against the law, and because they're upset about somebody, and because I'm going behind a black robe, so to speak, and finding out who's corrupted and who's not. And so if we're going to start off first with this judge. One case netted 9 judges. And I'm going to show you how I roped 9 judges. Well, 7. There's 2 more judges I'm waiting on a decision on a default judgment. I'm going to say one's last name starts with H and one last name starts with C, so we can code it, and I'll tell you if they were going to be part of the 9. So we got 7 so far. So there was a lawsuit against that case, and now it goes to district court, and there's a default judgment. So it started off with this judge by the name of Leona Bernard. Leona Bernard is allegedly illegally sitting in family court as an associate judge in Dallas, Texas. And there was a big to-do about it, and nobody wanted to challenge this Judge Kim Brown, who was her boss in family court. And, I kind of challenged her, and she made some comment and recused her from a case. And then it went to 6 other judges, and the 6 other judges, mostly black judges, says no. There's one white judge, Mary Brown, and we'll get to her, and that's important. You remember her name. This judge is Ray Wheelis. Just remember, most of the judges we spoke about is Democrat. This is a Republican judge. Most of the judges are elected in Dallas are Democrats. So if you see an elected judge, they mostly would be a Democrat. But the appointed judges is from the governor. The governor appoints this guy, Ray Wheelis, and then he will appoint Republican judges because he's a Republican. But people are saying he's not a real Republican because he's helping Democrats. right? And so he appointed another judge by the name of this guy, Michael Snipes. So Michael Snipes used to work in the prosecutor's office, the district attorney's office in Dallas County as the first assistant district attorney. He was a Republican. He is with Faith Johnson as a Republican. And then he ran for elected office as a Democrat. He got a lot of signatures from Democratic officials, congresspeople. He wanted a U.S. attorney's office. He sent it to Obama's administration. They kicked him out, and probably because they found out he was a Republican and they didn't want him as a U.S. attorney. Or I don't know, maybe it's a qualifying factor. But anyway, this guy, I was before him, and he made threats to arrest me if I expose to a jury the things that he did. Now, just remember, each one of these judges are going to be on a show by themselves. So you'll get to Leona, you'll get to Brown, you'll get to him, you'll get to the 6 judges that recused themselves, you'll get to Mary Brown, you'll get to the main judge. Is going to be a first story, which is Kim Cook. So after he got in trouble, he had a recusal, and criminal charges were filed against him and his boss, Ray Wheelers, because they were abusing their position. And one of the things that I have to do is I have to read all the laws. So I'm going to read this for you first from the State Judicial Commission Conduct, the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. They govern this, the canon rules. And it says, a judge shall comply with the law and shall act at all times in a manner that promotes public confidence in the integrity and impartiality of the judiciary. A judge shall not allow any relationship influence judicial conduct. A judge shall not lend the prestige of judicial office to advance private interests of the judge or others. That's big, because that happened to this guy. So the problem with this guy is he's a criminal court. They appointed him, Ray Wheelers, appointed him from the prosecutor's office to be a judge. Okay? And no experience, just appointed him from criminal court to be a judge. The law, which is Government Code 74055, says that in order for you to be on a case, the judge has developed substantial experience in the judge's area of specialty. He's criminal. He's in a family court judge that was opened up by Mary Brown. And so you have 6 family court judges, 7, 6 of them black, 1 of them white, and she's the only white. She opens up a courtroom, so he can come into a family court case as a criminal court judge when the law says you can't do that. Okay? And then there was a recusal to remove Ray Wheelers and Michael Snipes from the case. And who did they call? They called in this judge, Kim Cook. The problem with Kim Cook is the same government code, number A, says a judge has never been publicly reprimanded or censured by the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. She was. So he's illegally on a family court case, allegedly. She's illegally going to rule on the case with her boss. Just remember, the clerk says Ray Wheelers, who's has a recusal on him, appointed Kim Cook to rule over him and his buddy Michael Snipes. So if he's giving her jobs and he's assigning her jobs, why is she? Well, we're going to get into all of that when we get to her, because that's who our first person on the witness stand is going to be. So it's all a whole bunch of corruption going on. And one of the things, it's not just them, it's lawyers. So we're going to judges and lawyers because it says implicating the lawyer can manipulate the legal system to their personal advantage. So lawyers who are friends with these judges, appointed with them, donate to their campaigns, and all this kind of stuff are part of this whole corruption. And we open up a file on every judge. This is Kim Cook's file. And I have to study all these laws concerning these judges so I won't get in trouble. Okay? But our first case is going to be Kim Cook. And we want you to look out for that and see what's going to happen with her. And then we're going to go back to all these other judges, and including, we just excluded the two that's sitting on a default judgment on this case. So it's important for you to understand it's not what's happening to me or to the victims here. It's what's happening with the decisions of the judges and their actions and the illegal things that they have going on. So this judge is going to be, she wants to be in the appellate court in the 11th place. And she was given a case to rule over Michael Snipes and the Abbott's judge, Ray Wheelis. So she's illegally there. If in fact this law is correct, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, that she was reprimanded by the state and you cannot be an associate judge when that happens, we have a big problem. So I have to investigate all of this. I have to go through this. I have to use all these laws in order for me to know if these judges are doing the right thing or not. And it's going to be tough in Dallas. But like I said, the good thing is they're a Republican and Democratic judge who fights each other. And exposing one side or exposing the other side will give the public a chance to find out. Because when they reprimanded Kim Cook, it was a public reprimand. And the public is supposed to know, don't vote for her because she was helping judges. She was accused of helping judges and she's doing the same thing. So it doesn't work. The laws on the books does not work for judges to prosecute them. There are options. And what I'm doing right now is I'm putting together a list of options that members of the public and lawyers who felt they were ill-treated or mistreated in that courtroom for personal reasons or whatever the reason is, they can use that. The problem is lawyers don't go up against judges. Pro se people are the ones who fight these fights. They will quicker file these complaints. So I am putting all that together and making sure that Texas Justice Review makes a difference in the judicial system. There's actually somebody they're going to fear now. That if they do this, we're going to report it to the public. Because if they get reprimanded by the state, it doesn't matter. This is in her case, Kim Cook. And here's the option of filing this charges and that charges because judges have immunity. But their immunity is only limited to when they are on the bench ruling over a case. If it is found out they have committed official misconduct or prejudice or bias and their act were malicious and intentional, then it changes the rules if they're trying to defraud you. And that's what I'm trying to make sure that the public have options in going after corrupted judges. This is Sirrano Keith Baldeo, and we are going to make sure that we start off our first case with Kim Cook soon. And thanks for watching, and bye for now.